Hi, guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Anime Podcasters. Today, I am back with my amazing co-host, my Dragon Ball video game enthusiast of a best friend, Hotshot Ginger. How's it going, buddy?
It's going fine. I have not heard or seen or smelled you in a hot minute. How are you?
Bro, I'm good. It's good to have you back. The last episode was a Death Note special that I'm happy I got to do, but it was lonely without you, man. It was very lonely without you.
Yeah, and I think everyone needs to go through some solitary confinement like every so often, and you are no
No,
exception
I totally
to that.
understand.
We introverts,
Yeah, no, I totally understand.
thrive on that. You extroverts, there's no worse kind of hell.
Fair enough. What I will say is that, dude, it was my birthday earlier this month, and I'm 27 now.
Happy birthday, you old.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Gonna censor that one.
All right, you know what? That's
And
fair.
I'm gonna be celebrating this birthday with a Dragon Ball Z video game podcast. A podcast I've been wanting to do for a long time with Hotshot, and it's finally here.
Because-
We're finally going to be openly discussing our favorite Dragon Ball Z video games. And so, before we get into it, we have voicemails. We have two voicemails. When I went for my birthday, I went to go see some family, some friends, and there's a good old podcast guest that wanted to ask you a question. So we are going to listen to the first voicemail, Hotshot. So do you have that ready?
I'm pulling it up now.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, Giant and Hotshot, I got a question for you. What is your favorite Dragon Ball game? And also, are you button mashers or do you actually calculate what you're gonna do? Yeah. I love you. Hi. Ben here. It's Ben. I'm Ben. Hey. Hey, it's Ben. Hey. Hi. Hi, Ben. Me.
So I think that guy's name was Sean, right?
Yeah, so Ben wants to know, Hotshot, what's your favorite Dragon Ball Z video game? Briefly, before we get to the next voicemail.
It's a tie between two, and it's a really close tie. Just because they're so different games. And one of them we're gonna talk a lot about. It's gonna be a tie between Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball Fighters, or sometimes Fighter Z, and Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Fair enough. Those are both fantastic games. I gotta say that for me, Kakarot takes the cake. I have put too many hours into that game.
Yes, you have. Yes,
I'm definitely a button masher. Yeah. I'm definitely a button masher.
Legit, I am both. Like if I'm starting to play the game, I will start calculating like, okay, when can I fire this, or when can I use this, or anything, because there's not really like complicated combos in Dragon Ball games. But when I start getting frustrated, or when I play fighters, I am a button masher. But if I'm playing like Budokai or like Tenkaichi or anything like that, no, I think about what I'm doing.
Okay, fair enough. Let's go to the next clip. This is a second voicemail. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yo, Hotshot.
Yo, chilling with my boy Jerome.
It's me, Giant Music, and I'm here with my good friend Ben. We're walking on the bridge right now on our way to Ottawa. How's it going, Ben?
Yeah.
He's doing well. I have a quick question for you, because there's two voicemails today, actually. One from myself. I want to know your favorite villain out of the top 3. When I'm talking Frieza, Boo, or Cell. In the Dragon Ball Z video games, who's your favorite villain and why? All right. Peace out from Giant and from Ben. Bye.
I feel like you didn't need that, Jaden. I feel like you didn't need that at all. You could have asked.
No. This is a voicemail. This is one of our biggest fans of the show.
I know how big a fan this is. This is all this guy talks about. He loves us. I never not hear about us from him. But
I want to know, Hotshot.
To answer our number one fan's question, in general, actually, like not even just out of the big 3 or in the games, my favorite Dragon Ball Z villain is Frieza. It's weird.
That's very fair.
And it's weird because it was Boo for a really long time. But then like when I grew up and started like watching Dragon Ball when I was older and playing the other games and getting the more Intuit games like Fighters and Kakarot, for
Yeah.
example, then it started turning more and more into Frieza. My favorite hero remains the same, though. My villain changed a few times.
I gotta say, I think Frieza is that villain that really carried the series for the most part. Like, the Namek Saga is incredible, and in Super,
Which is why
thank God we have
Which
Frieza.
is why he keeps getting brought back. Like, the series is
I mean,
dead
the
if
Dragon Ball
Goku
Z-
and Frieza are dead and stay dead.
No, I know, but like the other thing too is like, thank God we have Frieza, because without that Frieza, there's no Super Broly movie, and plus there's a new Dragon Ball movie that's gonna be coming out in 2022. Dragon Ball Super. It's like it says Super twice in the title, I think. Looking forward to that. But you know what? Enough about this. Let's get into video games. Let's get into these Dragon Ball Z games that we enjoy.
Yes,
There's
please.
so many to start with. I even know
Okay.
where to begin.
I
Hotshot. Do you have?
I have a starting point.
I was thinking. Okay, I was. Let me propose something though.
Alright, fine.
I was thinking like from old to new. I don't know if you want to do that.
Nah.
Like, no. Okay.
I
go ahead.
I had a way to start it that's kind of that, but you'll see what I mean. I want to
ahead.
know, for both of us, what was your very first Dragon Ball game that you remember?
Oh my God. Yeah, for sure. My first Dragon Ball game was Budokai on the PS2.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That was my first one, and I'm so glad it was my first one. It was okay at best, you know what I mean? The reception for it, I remember being like mixed from among my friends, but I loved it. I love playing with all the main characters, and you had a bunch of like cool physical techniques. I remember like what was it? It was Zanku Fist or something. You could do like those rushes, and it was the first game also that introduced if you hit your enemy hard enough, he goes flying outside of the arena, and he goes like hitting rocks and everything, and then you reappear in a new section of the map. First time I ever saw a world tournament mode was in that game. Man,
Dragon Ball.
so many great things.
Dragon Ball, there's like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of fighting games where ring out is a thing. There are no games where getting a ring out is as satisfying as in Dragon Ball. Even in the world tournament
I have to
stage
agree.
where it is winning by a ring out, or if you ring them out of like an open fighting arena and they smash into a mountain and everything. I have not seen a game
100%.
that like fills me with such like, oh, like as much as that. Even just like kicking him halfway across the field and like ring out. Okay, awesome, I win. Now in Soul Cal, it's always just like you push him over the edge and that's it. And then you follow him after because that's the rule.
I loved whenever you would do the combos, and you would just like hit your opponent all over the map. The one thing I did enjoy though about this game was what happened to my Boo arc? what happened to my Boo arc?
It showed up. It showed not in the first Budokai, but
not in the first one. The first one doesn't have a Boo arc.
That's why I said in the first one doesn't show up. It probably was a thing at that point, but I have no idea why they waited until, I want to say Budokai 2 did it. Because Budokai 2 had the character map that you were going over, where like each area was a map.
Exactly.
And I fucking love that because honestly, like I do love open world and I do love exploring and stuff like that. But if it's a fighting game, just give me a grid. Just give me like a place for a shop and like a place for items and stuff like that, and then show me where the enemies are. Like I do really like that setup. I know it gets crapped on a lot, but I had a lot of fun with that. And there are some of the most out of context lines that I can't say on this podcast because they are just so bad. Me and a friend of mine, when he came over to my place like way back when, we're losing our minds just of how off-putting these lines were.
There are some pretty random things that are said, but the one thing that I really enjoyed just in the Budokai series in general that gets carried over in all three games, I think, was the slots. You know what I mean? The 7-slot tray where you can put like Kamehameha.
Oh.
And eventually when you beat the game mode, you can put breakthrough, and then you unlock everything for the character.
Yeah.
Like that was always satisfying to me.
Because if I remember right, like there was a general adventure mode, and then you had like a character adventure mode where you would go through like a small arc for them and like get
You're talking
more
about
of their
Budokai
skills
3 in
and
this
stuff.
one, right?
Yeah, I think this is Budokai 3, where you would have a
Budokai
smaller
3 you could play through
story.
exactly. You would play through the entire story as like you could do like Tien,
Yeah.
and you could play like Insane Saga. Nothing happens in the Namek Saga. Then you come back for the androids. You fight Cell. You know, like it's pretty random like that. But I loved it.
That,
oh man, the Budokai. Yeah.
Doing that mode, like my go-to, like of course after doing like Gohan and Goku, my go-to was always Krillin, just because I loved Krillin is my favorite human character, and he always will be.
I mean, Krillin's cool, but at the end of the day, like, if you're not using the Saiyans, I don't know what you know what I mean? Like, all the transformations.
I said favorite human.
Attacks.
I said favorite human character.
Fair enough. I'm just saying, my favorite for sure when I was playing the Budokai games was the Saiyans.
Well,
sure.
yeah.
The one thing I remember too. The one thing I remember too was when you would fight as Goku, let's say, and you would go Super Saiyan, and you would see your ki depleting. After one point, you would just go back to like you would automatically fall into like Kaioken mode, and then you'd be like Kaioken times 20, times 18, times 16, and you would really reduce down. I remember when I was fighting Cell, that being a thing, and I was like so confused. I'm like, like Goku would just go from like Super Saiyan to normal. He wouldn't go, all right, my next form is Kaioken, like pre-Super Saiyan. Like, there was random stuff like that was like
I don't remember
of kinks that need to be worked out.
I don't remember that at all. I remember like when
I remember it.
I remember when your ki got knocked down. Like if you were Super Saiyan and knocked down to 0, then you did return to base. I don't remember going down to Kaioken afterwards.
No, it's like you needed. I'm specifically talking about Budokai 1. Let's say you be Super Saiyan 2, and you need to be like charged fully. If your ki goes like down to bar 5, you have 5 bars left, you would become Super Saiyan. Bar 4, I'm just guesstimating these numbers. You would become a Kaioken. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So
it's just something that's like in the back of my mind. Like I do remember going down to base, or like at least from Super Saiyan 2 to Super Saiyan 1. I don't remember Kaioken being in that, but I'll take your word for it. There
for sure. I can't.
So Budokai was the first Budokai was actually my original Dragon Ball game too. I got on GameCube, so it was a little bit different. But one game that I kind of want to get your take on, because it is something of a dumpster fire of game to a lot of people. I have a soft spot for it, even though I know it's a garbage game. Dragon Ball Z Sagas for PS2.
I love Sagas.
Okay.
I love Sagas. Man, like how do I even begin with this game? This game was gifted to me on my birthday. I remember I was in the 5th. I was in the 6th grade. I got it in 2006. Dude, I'm sorry, but like the first level where you're fighting all those Cybermans and you're playing as Goku and Piccolo, because you could always have like a teammate, and sometimes you could like choose your teammate. I loved them. It was like a action adventure, and straight up like this game was a definition of a beat 'em up. You know what I mean? Like you would just have to go hard the whole time, and then like I swear I remember like that Nappa level when you're fighting as Goku. Dude, he was like impossible to beat. Like I like the 3D like adventure of it all. Like you could run around, you could like charge, and especially when they fire their like Kamehamehas, it's like the screen goes black. Everyone's focused on you. Kame. It was like so slow.
It really because you had to charge up and
combos.
wait for like that golden moment where like either they're charging you or where like they have to charge a move too or something. It's like you're waiting for that chance. But my God, I don't want to hear Goku going ka for like every fight that I'm in. It was a little annoying, buddy.
Fair enough. And I remember this game breaking down the sagas into like all of these little like the Saiyan saga was breaking up into like the training saga, the Raditz saga, the Saiyan saga, and then like the Namek was like broken down like the early saga, the Ginyu saga. Like it was the Frieza saga. You know, they really tried to like focus on the saga idea, and they even had like a Yard Rat level. I remember that.
Yeah. That was a little weird, actually, just beating up a whole lot of Yardratians or whatever the hell you want to call them, until you...
Yardratarots.
I think it was like beating 20 or something like that until the level was cleared. I'm just like, this is just mean. This wasn't even in the show. This was just implied.
Biggest hack I found in that game, dude, the level where you're playing as Trunks and Vegeta in the hyperbolic time chamber, and you have to do all these combos against Vegeta in order to defeat him. I could never get the combos, so I'm like, I don't know how to beat this level. You know what I end up doing? I go into 2-player mode. I plug in my second controller, so the second player is like doing nothing, and I just beat Vegeta as he was like doing nothing. That was the only way I could figure out a way to beat him. So I don't know. There's like There's a million different ways to play it. I really enjoyed it.
There's
really enjoyed it.
Some of those fights where it's just like it gets frustrating. The fight that took me the longest time was beating the androids as Trunks. It took me forever. But like I always have, I don't even know why. I always have trouble with that fight. Like be it in whenever it's a game that follows the actual sagas and follows the story, and that's included. I always have a hard time with that fight, and I don't know why. It's rough.
I mean, I feel like we've said enough about this game.
About
to be
sagas,
honest.
yeah.
Like, this one was
Yeah,
like
you're good.
it was a blip on the map of like the Dragon Ball Z universe.
We know it's bad. It's a guilty pleasure for both of us, though. I just wanted your take because I know I had a lot of fun with it.
I want to go old school on you here.
All right.
I want to talk about not even the one you were expecting to talk about. I want to talk about the one that I bought recently. I want to talk about Dragon Ball Shenron no Nazo. If you had to guess what year this was released, what would you say? No, I'll make it easier. What decade was this released in?
The 90s?
The 80s.
Say what?
This is like the 80s. This is an NES game for Dragon Ball. I've talked about it in our Nintendo podcast. It's like the jankiest 2D game ever. Like everything's renamed. You're playing like the Emperor Pilaf saga. Like this is like old school Dragon Ball. Like I think like Yamcha isn't even called Yamcha. He's like he's just like a sand bandit. The American version is called Dragon Power. That's what I referred it to last time. And it's so much fun. It's really like this is not like high tech stuff. This is like some really low grade stuff. Like the Kamehameha is called Wind Wave. You know, like Dragon Balls are referred to as like crystal balls. Like everything's like renamed, and it's like it's Dragon Ball, but it's not Dragon Ball. But I don't know, for some reason I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Look, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a duck. So, I mean, with it being NES, I had no idea that Dragon Ball games were even that far back. Like I thought the earliest thing they came on was like Game Boy Advance or like in that kind of
they've
genre.
been around since the 80s.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, no, they've been around since yeah. So I'm actually curious to see what's the earliest Dragon Ball game?
Like just in
Dragon
general?
Power, 1986.
Okay.
Yeah, Dragon Power is the first Dragon Ball
game.
Dragon Ball video game. The Z is not even a thing here.
Yeah.
And then
I guess that's
next one would be in the 93. Oh my god.
I guess that's what was throwing me off. It's the fact that it's a Dragon Ball game. It's not a Dragon Ball Z game. Because all the Dragon Ball games I've played are at least Z. And yeah, I just didn't even know that was a thing yet. But some of my favorite games, if I can move like right along here.
Go ahead, please. Yes.
Going right along from Budokai, the Budokai Tenkaichi series. And I remember...
Oh, you're going back to the PS2?
I'm going back to PS2. And I remember these ones so well because I would always pick Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta.
Oh my god. Same. Dude,
because you don't get that chance that often. It's just like... Super Saiyan... Say what you will about GT. I know it's a dumpster fire. I have fun with it. And Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Goku is a fucking blood-hungry badass. I don't care.
Was it like it was like Big Bang Kamehameha times 10, and then you had like the special was times 100, I think?
Yeah, so it was the times 10 Big Bang Kamehameha, and then the max power was times 100. Or I think it was a galactic Big Bang Kamehameha. If you were
I gotta say a quick story about the first Tenkaichi.
Yeah,
this
go
was
for it.
2005. Elementary school Giant. 10 years old, 11 years old, goes to EA game in the mall close to my place, and they have this on display to play. And I look at it and I'm like, what is this? Because at this point, all I played was like Budokai. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what is this? I played for 4 hours. I played for 4 hours. The plays were like, you gotta stop. And I was mesmerized.
Wait, hold on. 4 hours?
Like, Dad, you gotta get me this game.
4 hours.
Oh, man.
4 hours
like,
at the demo at E3.
Yes.
Oh damn.
Yes.
Okay. I was just gonna say in general. Dude. I'm like no, but yeah, no. If it's just on the demo, yeah, no. I haven't made it that far yet.
And then I loved when I was playing. I was playing on Namek as Kui. I remember. I was fighting Dodoria.
Yeah.
And I as you would lose health, then you would become damaged. And I thought that was such a cool look. And the next day I go to school, I talk to my friends about it. I'm like, guys, I played Budokai. He's like, oh yeah, what's the combo for the Kamehameha? I'm like, oh, you just do like the L2 and then you do circle. He's like, what are you talking about? No, it's square, 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 circle, which was the combo in Budokai. But I'm like, no, Budokai. And then I realized it was called Budokai Tenkaichi. Man, I played all three of these. There's even a fourth apparently. Tenkaichi Tag Team. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, so out of all of them, my favorite one has always been the second one. I don't know why. I didn't really care for the third one when it came out, so I've always went back to the second. Something I've always appreciated with Dragon Ball games, like especially in the fighters, is the fact that you can play as those back area characters like Kui and a Cyberman and Cell Jr. and Dodoria. Like they're all included. It's not just like, okay, like 10 fighters, Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Krillin, Tien, like so on and so forth. Like they include literally everyone. Get on their page, Smash Brothers. It's just it's the fact that I can literally obliterate Kui as Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and that is my day.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe this is gonna be a Kui hate podcast, but these Dragon Ball games, like the Tenkaichi series, were fantastic. What I loved about the third one is that if you had 1 and 2, you could put them in the
save data
go into a
bonuses.
specific mode and then unlock other stuff because you've purchased 2 and 1. So 3 was my favorite personally. 3 is the one where you would play you had like a Dragon Ball GT saga in there. You had like the films you could unlock, like everyone. I feel like 3 was the most developed one. You even had like that Android training thing, right?
I honestly am having a hard time remembering. I think the only reason that I didn't really care for 3 that much is because I didn't really get that big a chance to play it. I owned 2 and then went over to a friend's place and played it with him a lot. But the only time that we had access to 3 was when Hollywood Video was out. And I think I only managed to rent it like once or twice because we didn't rent things that often. So I never really
Fair enough.
got a good chance to play it.
2 specific things I want to say. I hated in 3 playing as an android because you couldn't charge. You always had to like your
it always has to charge on its own. Yeah, that's something so I kept for androids, and it really bothers me.
No, I agree. The other thing, my favorite move, and I always played as Super Saiyan 2 Goku, Instant Kamehameha was such a killer move in that game.
Still love it. Oh my god, yes.
Oh, dude. I would beat my friends all the time with that thing. Just like, oh no, unlock. He's like, oh, you're across the map. It doesn't matter. Oh, wait till you see this. Boom, boom. Goodbye. Oh, it was so satisfying.
Like, it doesn't matter. It's like, bitch, you know I'm Goku, right? You know his like trademark move, right? Yeah, I'm gonna use that. I always loved
exactly. Or
I always loved like Chocolate Beam, like Boo turning you into chocolate and then stomping you and kicking you across the area. Or Father-Son Kamehameha. But my go-to move, and this could have been other Gokus, but I think this was just Super Saiyan 4, was Dragon Fist. I still love Dragon Fist move a lot, and I use it whenever
I remember you
get
saying
the
that,
chance. And in whatever game has Dragon Fist in it, I'm using it.
Dude, it's fantastic. I do want to go maybe to like other games. Did you have something else you wanted to say about this one, or are we good?
Honestly, no.
I kind of want to do a 2 for 1 here.
Okay.
For sure. 2 for 1 here. My favorite Game Boy Advance games for Dragon Ball was Boost Fury and The Legacy of Goku 2. This one is one I haven't discussed on the podcast yet. I've definitely discussed Boost Fury.
Yeah.
Consider Legacy of Goku 2 a prequel to Boost Fury, and the first and the prequel to Legacy of Goku 2 is Legacy of Goku 1. But basically, Legacy of Goku 2 covered the Cell arc in a very good way, and a fantastic same mechanics as Boost Fury, where you can like play in a map and you can fly around the earth. Same gameplay with boss battles and finding like random bad guys. And it covers, once again, these Game Boy games are so detailed because they focus on a specific arc. You know, there's like little things I completely forgot about when you were playing as like Piccolo before the androids even show up. You know what I mean? Like fantastic little itty bitty details. You know, they have a like large 2D environment, which is like super cool, where you can interact with objects or characters. And as the story goes along, like you follow the timeline of like future Trunks. And then like basically obviously you remember Dragon Ball Z: The History of Trunks, the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's very influenced on that. And then you even had the Garlic Junior saga, that little itty bitty thing that happens between Namek and the Cell arc. That's something I completely forgot about. But like Garlic Junior was a fantastic little saga. I enjoyed it.
Like it covers a bit of the filler sagas as well as like the main general
Exactly.
saga? Okay.
That's how detailed it is. Man. And you can play as Goku, base Super Saiyan. You can play as Gohan, future Trunks. You can play as Piccolo, and then fuse with Kami as well. Vegeta, and apparently you can play as Hercule. I didn't know that.
I will say the thing that impresses me the most about all this is the fact that like if it is that detailed and that it has that much crammed into it and everything, this is a Game Boy game. Like if you told me this was a console game and it just focused on one arc or saga, like in that excruciating detail, I wouldn't really think it's that big a deal because there's a lot of games that do that. But for it to be like a handheld device like that, or hell, even one like that early, if that makes any sense, to be like that fleshed out on a handheld device is really what's impressive to me.
No, it's fantastic. And then like just going to Blue's Fury right after this one, Blue's Fury is just as detailed, but it covers the entire Buu arc. I've definitely discussed this a lot on the podcast before, so I don't want to like go too much in detail. But same thing, like 2D battle arenas, fly around the world, and you have so many arcs: Otherworld, the Great Saiyaman, World Tournament, Babidi, Majin Vegeta, the Dragon Ball Collection, Majin Buu. There's even a Janemba arc, the Super Buu, Fusion, Kid Buu, and then the ending sequence. So you literally like have so many things. And what's cool about this one is the playable characters include fusions. You can play as Gotenks and Gogeta in this one. Even Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, like they really like cover all of these super cool little like nooks and crannies of Dragon Ball. And so what's great is that it covers like the Fusion Reborn movie and everything like that because of playing with those other characters. Like it's I just love Blue's Fury. It's such a well-made game.
So is there an even older one that covers like the Saiyan sagas and stuff like that then?
Probably. If I had to guess, Legacy of Goku 1 probably covers. There's got to be one for sure. There has to be.
Yeah, because I mean, if you have Blue's Fury that goes over the entire Buu arc, and then Goku's Legacy, which covers the entire Android arc, then you got to have something for Frieza and the Saiyans. Like that, it's just got to be a given. Like you can't just start halfway through.
No, exactly. But these games like get better and better as time goes by.
Yeah.
I love going back to them. I kind of want to like just play them right now.
Yeah, no, I kind of get that every time we do a gaming podcast, where it's like every time we talk about a game that resonates with me, I'm like, I can't wait to play this when I get off, and then I get off and I play something else entirely.
I feel like the next ones we talk about are like the most recent ones.
Yeah, probably.
Right?
Well, recent at least.
Yeah, more recent than the last like 5 years, we'll say. But before we do, I mentioned to you at the start of the podcast that there was one unofficial Dragon Ball Z video game that I love, and I kind of want to go over this one with you. I'm pretty sure you know this one, and this is I'm starting a petition right here, Hotshot. I know you haven't picked up the good old Twitch in a while, but if you were to Twitch in the next few weeks, please play this game. It is called Dragon Ball Z Team Training. I think you know what I'm talking about, right?
No. Oh wait, Team Training.
The Pokemon version of Dragon Ball, where like you literally play Pokemon, like it's like Fire Red mod, but like it's Dragon Ball characters.
Oh, okay, yeah, you have briefly mentioned this, that it was a thing to me before. Yeah, okay.
Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. And there's like this whole wiki, Dragon Ball Z training.fandom.com/wiki. Guys, go check that out. They have literally 180 playable Pokemon fighters. And
yeah.
it's so much fun. Like, name a character, it's in there. I saw Jiren last time I played.
It's like Pocket Morty's, like DBZ.
Basically. And you really play like the Pokemon storyline, but like just replaced with Dragon Ball characters. It's so creative, and this thing is like pretty regularly updated as far as I can tell. Like, there's definitely like updates for it. Like, it's on version 8 right now as I'm recording this. So Guys, Dragon Ball Z Team Training, not a joke. It's fun. I played it 3 times before. You have to get on this. This is like one that you need to get on.
I
sure, dude.
actually really kind of want to check that out just because I want to see how ridiculous it was. Just because I'm too curious. Can you choose your starter?
Yeah.
Who's your starters between?
Vegeta, Gohan, and Goku.
Oh, seriously? Not even Krillin?
Yeah. You can you can unlock a Krillin pretty easily.
Okay, fine. Just give me a Goku.
Yeah, Krillin. You can get Krillin pretty easily. He's number 12.
I'm still imagining just throwing like Pokeballs at these fighters' heads and actually hitting them with it. That's just funny.
I had my first time around. I did all Z fighters.
Mm.
And the second time around, I did like a bunch of villains. Like I had what was his name? The green guy who had his own movie. Oh my god. It was the one that TFS couldn't do the movie of because it was so like hard. It was like the big buff green Broly guy. You know what I mean? Dragon Ball.
The really big green
villain.
dude. I honestly, when I think
villain, yeah, he had his own movie.
I got nothing.
I need to find him. It's gonna bug me for the rest of my life if I don't find him.
It's gonna bug you the rest of the day at least.
No, life.
All right. Well, while you're thinking about that, moving on. So I wanna just briefly touch on these ones just cause like when they first came out, they were some of my really favorite Dragon Ball games, but after later games started coming out and everything, I still like them, just not nearly as much as I did. The Xenoverse games.
Oh my god, yeah, I started playing those.
They're really
and
they're
also
good
I just want to say
games.
BoJack.
BoJack.
BoJack was the villain.
Oh,
BoJack.
okay. Oh, he wasn't green.
You know
He's
what I'm talking
blue.
about. He's like green blue. Okay, fair enough.
The space pirate.
Yeah, but yes,
Anyway.
Xenoverse. I'm playing 2 right now, and I love it.
It's a really good game. Both of them are really good games. 2 is definitely better than 1 in my eyes. It's just a little weird to me just because it actually is the storyline of Dragon Ball, but it includes you as a time traveler in these historic battles.
Yeah. It's awesome.
It's really cool, but at the same time, me and time travel we have a really complicated relationship. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. This is one of the times I love it. It's just odd. It was an odd choice. That's all I want to say about that. But the fighting and everything makes sense. I love games where you can create your own character and be a part of the story somehow. So
yeah,
that incredibly
really
resonated with me on that. My first character was a Saiyan. My second one was a Majin. So it's just it's a really unique game and a really unique POV into it, alongside like an actual original storyline with like the whole timeline thing being a whole mess. And that's kind of what I like about the Dragon Ball games, like the later on ones at least. I do like going through the Dragon Ball story, but at the same time, we've seen these stories. We know these stories like inside and out at this point. What else can Dragon Ball show us?
Yeah.
And then they give us this demon girl and her puppet messing around with time and us trying to stop them. It's like, okay, you know what? I'm game. Let's do this.
I've played this like very recently, still slowly getting into it. My character is a Frieza. It was really funny. Actually, quick story. You guys,
you've told me this story.
Episodes, Morgan. Yeah, Morgan. I gave him a call a few weeks back, and I hadn't like spoken to him in a little bit, and I call him in this very like serious voice. I'm like, okay, no, seriously, Morgan, I have a very important question for you. He's like, oh my god, what's going on? Should I be a Majin or a Namekian or a human or a Frieza race? He's like, oh my god, like Frieza race.
Frieza.
You gotta go Frieza race, you know?
And that's like the first time you talked to him in like 2 months or something like that, right?
And 8 years. And I've only known him for 3 years.
Jesus.
I'm kidding. But for me, I'm still trying to get used to the fighting mode. The fighting mode feels a bit weird to me. It's like it's a bit clunky. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not doing it right.
I know, and that's kind of what turned me off from it, to be honest. Like in Dragon Ball games, especially one that is a fighting game, I like, even if I don't do it often, I like having the option to do like couch versus or like a versus that makes sense. And
100%.
Xenoverse, in my eyes, struggles with that like a lot. Like,
a little bit. Yeah.
Other games are fine. Xenoverse, I'm just like, okay, no, this is like single player game. It's great. Multiplayer, not so much.
No, exactly. Yeah, like I enjoy it. It's cool. It's not my favorite PlayStation 4 game for sure. So that's all my general thoughts on it.
Yeah, understandable. So there might be more on your plate. There's only 2 more really that stick in my mind though.
Me too. I think we're on the same page here.
Okay. So do you want to wrap it up with the big one, talk about the somewhat smaller one now?
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So next up, I want to touch on Dragon Ball Fighters. Some people call it Fighter Z, others call it Fighters. I'm one of the ones who call it Fighters. And like I just discussed with Xenoverse, I like having the original story, and I do like having a grid. So in the adventure mode, you go on a grid and fight to get teammates in the beginning of it to build up your team, build up experience and everything like that, to go against the mysterious new character Android 21. And I love 21. I love her both in both varieties. I don't know how far you or any of the other people listening to this have gotten in the game, but I love 21 no matter what, even as really psychotic that she is and the kind of villain that they made her. And Android Majin is kind of amazing. Have you played much of Fighters yet?
I've only played the versus mode. I've only really grabbed this game because of the versus mode.
Okay.
My favorite is Hit. I mean, I can play as Hit all day. I just love how he's perfectly linear for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
no,
his
that's fair.
strikes are just straight boom, boom, boom. There's none of this like key blast, wacky stuff that I can't control. I fight with Hit. I beat you with Hit because I hit you hard.
Because I button mash.
I'm not a button masher. Yes, I am a button masher.
You said at the very top of this episode you are a button masher.
I don't know what you're talking about. It was edited out. Okay.
For me, it's been a while since I played. But one of my go-tos, and I know I keep mentioning him, one of my go-tos whenever I play it is Krillin, just because I actually like having Destructo Disc. I just don't like Scatter Bullet, but using Destructo Disc with Krillin, I will just shoot that repeatedly at you because I can. I have a hard time playing as Super Saiyan Blues, like be it Goku or Vegeta. I don't know why. I think it's just because of like how angular their a lot of their special moves go instead of like straight across or like straight up and down. Like they shoot a lot of their stuff at angles and it kind of messes with me. But like Super Saiyan Goku or like base form Goku or anything like that I can do fine.
Right. I don't know. Like for me, like I said, I've played this game twice so far. I bought it like literally 2-3 weeks ago, but for sure I want to get into the story mode. I think the story mode is pretty cool from what I've heard, and I've also seen that in the fights, if you play with specific characters, you can like recreate story moments, which is really cool.
You can recreate story moments and have like special character moments depending on like who's in your party. So like if you end up with 18 and future Trunks in your party, like they'll have a conversation and like future Trunks will meet Android 18 as Krillin's wife, like before Super came out, keep in mind. So it's just like little tidbits like that, and then stuff like that. The only thing that's really weird to me is I get the fact that a lot of the fighters have been made super weak in the beginning of story mode, because obviously like if they had all the powers they had, this wouldn't be a problem. But
yeah,
the really weird thing is they include you as the player in the story and actually address you controlling them or like you controlling their body. It's really weird. Like I like weird and I do get into it. It's just a really odd choice in my eyes.
No, it is odd. I understand what you mean, but at the same time, like it's developed like that, right? So like you can't really do much about it.
Yeah. Plus, I mean that does give you like the incentive. It's just like, hey, you are doing this. It's your fault if the planet explodes. Like just bluntly, it's just like if Goku loses, it's your fault. It's just like, damn, Bulma. Okay, I get it. It's just mean.
No, for sure.
All right. Did you have anything else on fighters?
I kind of want to go. Yeah, I kind of want to go to the
creme de la creme,
the main dish, the creme de la creme. Okay, this is like my favorite game. I loved. I still love. I will always love.
I think this is
Dragon
your
Ball
favorite.
Z Kakarot.
I think this is your favorite PS4 game, just in general, right now.
Sonic Racing's fun. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, Sonic Racing is better than Dragon Ball Z Kakarot to giant music.
No, I'm kidding. I've played this game 3 times. I've been in the story mode 3 times.
Jesus Christ.
And I've reached level 300 on everything. My Chiaotzu is better than your Goku was literally a meme. I said it to Hotshot. That's like how invested I am. I played all 3 DLCs. I've collected more orbs or Z orbs or whatever you want to call them I've collected more Dragon Balls than I need to. I am so in love with this game. It's perfect for me. It hits everything. The side stories are great. The way the story mode is made is great. The battles are so much fun. I kind of wish you could play as more characters though. Like Trunks, Piccolo, Goku, Vegeta. That's kind of
it.
where it ends.
Yeah, because the rest of them are support characters, and it's just like I get it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like it's called Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, so I went into this just assuming you would play Goku, just like all of his stories. So like when he was killed in the Saiyan arc, I just thought you were just gonna be doing like all of his training stuff, and like everything in the Saiyan arc would be happening on its own. Or when he gets killed in the after Namek explodes, you would just be like doing the Yard Rat stuff or anything like that before coming back to Earth. So I thought you would legitimately just Goku. So for it to actually just be the Dragon Ball universe and just have all of the story in it, even like some of the throwbacks to like some of the original Dragon Ball characters in there, it was really cool and really like, oh hey, like that kind of moment. And I really loved all those.
Yes.
It was just a little bit weird because when I was first playing through the story, I'm like, okay, this is called Kakarot. I've barely played as Goku. I am mostly Gohan throughout this entire story.
My second playthrough, when I was much more used to like the gameplay of it, when you had those intermission periods, I would have a strategy of like collect Dragon Balls, do a side mission, collect Dragon Balls, do a side mission, collect Dragon Balls,